EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Again on second and 10, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll have a first down past the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Got it. Check right 54. Right 54. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And an alley to run. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 53 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Kill. 47. We're going to 54. Why?
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
SOS. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Here we go, 46. We got this. Slip.
A 1st down carry by Elliott, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. And Jason Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. The 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 3rd and long for Prescott. Flush to his, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there, handed to their big guy to pick up a first down.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kill. 47. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
On second down now. It's Elliott looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Prescott, and that's Elliott, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Kill.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll run on first down. Elliott. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
He was brought down by Patrick Onwuasor.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They'll run it with Olawale. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, you might want to get out of the way.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And an alley to run. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Boys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. He'll drop. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now it's all the Wallet. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Prescott finding Witten. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Elliott. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe. So after The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the... .21-yard line.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
He can't handle it. He's not going to get me.
It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for KC. 46 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Did your high school have that saying, push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and, boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Butker able to put this one through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
368. Hey, alert 3. Check 4.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hot. 56. It's just me and you. Go 368. Heavy. Regular. Shit. Hey. 25. Check 25.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Bengals. 54 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. They go 368. Get wide.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Watch safety creep. We go, can. Safety's creeping.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Hey, D-line, let's get it. Bravo. Mike 56, Mike 56.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I'm not so crazy about where they decided to run that play, but I like the play itself because if you continue to run it and show it, you're going to create openings that you hope to exploit later in the game.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be...
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake.
I don't think you got it, son. Check 50, check 50.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out 1st downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards, and the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Hey, Delta.
Dalton sets up play action. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Kill. Joker.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
You got it.
That's a gain of 3.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Here you go. Check. Heavy. Bang. Yeah, 5-6. Stay at home.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. They've got his man complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, 71 yards. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Officially, that goes down as a kick return of 107 yards. What a run, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
From the 31, Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
368. Push him back. Check 24. Slam. 2 Move. Check. Tight dog. 6 guys. 368. You got tape.
Dalton here from the gun. Green brings it in. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Sponge, X3. 218, chopper. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, pick it up, defense, let's go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it down. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us. Sure, his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. The extra point up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
Bengals 22.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger.
It's caught inside the 25. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another first and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Hot. 31. Check 31. Pick the edge.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd and
6'6", bullet high. Check three.
To throw on third down, Dalton. And that is incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Banjo. Regular. Check 53.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The 23-yard line.
Ready. Pittsburgh. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up,
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bengals will get the football back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Nice. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 56. Mike. Topper.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, when you and I sit down and play chess, you're always winning. So I've got to figure out how to get that done. But we're watching a real chess match today between the offense and the defense. And on that play, call the draw. The defense ended up winning.
Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. First and 10 for Dalton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. That time Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up. We're good. Double up. Under 10. 10. Check. Check. Motion.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Back now in Cincinnati. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. Back now in Cincinnati. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a one-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. On third down, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 99. Check 99. Go, 368.
Mixon with a first down carry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
44. Here you go. Here you go. Can.
To throw on third down, Dalton. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Bullock's kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And now look at him go. The 20, 10, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 87 yards. And now they have taken a fourth quarter lead. And those 3 rushing touchdown games in this league, you know darn well, those are hard to come by. They're becoming even harder to come by as the years go by, aren't they?
Isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter what you do in terms of game planning. You may be a run-first team, but you're running against an NFL defense. That's some of the biggest, fastest, best athletes on the planet. Hard to do. Cherish that moment, even as he's eager to add to that total.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey.
Joe Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Derek Nottie makes the tackle. Throwing on second down. Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Kill. 2-by-2. Move. Switch. Watch the motion.
On first down, Mixon trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
2-by-2. Move. 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 44 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
93, 52, 93, 44.
To try again after the sack. Dalton, he's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
50 seconds. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Five yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. As they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. It's do or die for Dalton. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.